Hello, Brian.
Hello, Julian. How's it going, bud?
It's going all right, but we live in sad times. Sad times.
Very sad time, man.
Mm, mm. So look,
I'm kind of like, as the news came through today, like going to work, I was on my way into work, and we have a lot of Syrian kids, that have come to our country looking for safety.
yeah,
And I was thinking about them directly as I greeted them at the gate, The finest people you could ever meet. Really wonderful kids, wonderful family. They bring me down to their house. Every time I go into the house, I get fed.
yeah,
As you know, is the way with people from Syria and Palestine and Jordan. But I was thinking about them, and I was thinking about how through social media and mainstream media and all these different forms of media that are at work these days, how this kind of messages of the hateful messages and the lies and this kind of xenophobia
dehumanization.
Demonization of an entire creed of people has been going on. And I directly then thought about this group of terrorists in carrying out this act and how they're influenced and how their hate is gaslighted by mainstream politicians and who are crying about have these crocodile tears at the moment about, they're going online now, presidents and prime ministers and media people, and they're talking about this and they're talking about, oh, this is a terrible act and it won't change us and we're better than this and all this type of stuff. And I feel they're almost directly responsible for this thing happening. And then a friend of mine, I just became aware in the last hour, a friend of mine from Palestine made me aware that a number of the victims are from Palestine.
Wow, another
so
people.
In the region of 19 of them. Yeah, so 19 of these people who died today were actually Palestinians, So it's I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised.
Well, it's very sad, and the definition of terrorism is a act of violence with a political or ideological goal, I guess.
Yeah.
This guy's ideology is that he's against mass immigration, and he's a white man from Australia. And God knows why his ancestors went there. The colonizers went there. There were also Irish people sent there as prisoners. He's very deluded if he thinks that Australia is somehow a white country. I don't know what his heritage is, in fact. He's certainly deluded. He's hateful. I don't know whether they're going to declare him insane, which they often do when it's a white European who commits the terrorist attack, as compared with an Arab or a Middle Easterner. I don't know. It's early to say, but it's definitely a terrorist attack, and we have to call it what it is.
Did you see the Daily Mail headline?
I've seen a couple of things from the Daily Mail. Usually not good. How was it described?
The Daily Mail basically put a picture of this guy. Now, I'm presuming this is an actual. I'll stand corrected if it's not the case, but the picture was of this guy as a baby.
Oh yeah, the blonde innocent boy.
Oh baby, yeah. And how could this this loving child turn into this crazy killer? The person being a Muslim, there'd just been a plain picture of him as an adult, and it would have been, the point would have been made that this man is evil. But anytime these guys, there has to be extenuating circumstances. They're either insane or they're they've gone down the wrong path. But his ideology, what he was following, is something that is it's a deeply held idea within the Tory politics and the machinations which come from them. The things that they say, the lack of empathy within their mindset towards others, that aren't from their background. So it was bizarre. But then I also, as we were talking before we started recording about Bloody Sunday.
Yes, and I wanted to bring that in as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of fascinated by it because I have numerous things I'm thinking about, but it's strange that it happened that all this is happening in conjunction with what's happening in New Zealand.
And it's timing.
The timing, yeah, it's kind of bizarre and surreal. But you're thinking about a crazy gunman going about killing innocent people, and that one crazy gunman is lauded for a job well done, and another crazy gunman is kind of,
job well done was the words uttered.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, Bloody Sunday was a massacre in 1972 at a civil rights march where innocent 13, I believe, were shot dead by British paratroopers. Have I summed it up?
Yes.
In a few sentences. Okay. And decades later, one man is finally being prosecuted. Is he being described as Soldier F? Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So I don't have sympathy for the man. I doubt he feels any sympathy for people he shot, but, and there's a but.
Okay.
He was ordered in there.
Okay. So
the people who ordered him in there, his commanders, the officer class, are not being put in the dock. And that to me is, it's very troubling.
So mixed feelings then, because it may not be justice, it might be one scapegoat, and
it's
the illusion of a justice.
Absolutely, and that's, you see, the thing is that imperial colonial powers never fully come to terms with their criminal past. They can pay platitudes to what they've done, but they never fully investigate. They never fully have this internal discussion amongst themselves about how we came to be in a position where we did this, where we as a state gunned down our own citizens. As well, we didn't want to be their citizens, but we were still their citizens, and they sent gunmen in to massacre. And it was 2 months after Ballymurphy, which was another bloody weekend, because it happened over a 48-hour period, where they killed just about the same amount of people, but they got off the hook for that. And this basically green-lighted what happened in Derry 2 months later.
I have to say, in England, the Ballymurphy massacre is a much less well-known crime.
Absolutely.
People would have heard of Bloody Sunday, but the Ballymurphy massacre, which you said happened before, I didn't know the chronology even. That's much less widely publicised.
And it's the same soldiers.
Okay.
It's the same regiment. It's the same parachute regiment. That British general was a PR guy for the regiment at the time. What's his name? He was in Bosnia as well. What's his name? I can't remember his name. He ended up being in Bosnia and Iraq.
Wow.
He became a general.
Crime and more crime.
More crime, yeah.
Crime is crime, as someone once said. I can't remember who that was. I'll wrap it up on the Bloody Sunday topic, but I want to mention that I've seen British army types bemoaning the fact that a man in uniform may be punished or may end up behind bars. God knows what. He must be well into his 70s by now. And they contrast with the fact that terrorists walked free from prison following the Good Friday Agreement.
Yeah.
Is there a discrepancy there, or is it a case that states have to hold themselves to account, and terrorists are non-state actors? Many of the people that joined the paramilitaries did so because they'd been let down by their state, and the war wouldn't have happened had it not been for a betrayal at state level. And I have to aim that at both states. I'm sorry to say.
Absolutely. Look, I mean,
both states, meaning that the Irish Republic. I mean, we're going deep into history now, but the problem in the north of Ireland stems from the partition.
Partition is everything to do with it.
Okay.
Wherever there was partition in post-colonial times, it's been a disaster. It's simply, I mean, we're in a situation, and the Tories seem to be ambivalent to it, but they are dangerously close to creating the atmosphere or a vacuum whereby this violence can return to their own ignorance, their own lack of understanding history.
I hope not. Brexit is another difficult issue, and the issue of a border, but there is a very, very easy solution that the Irish people have as an option to choose for themselves to remove that border.
And that's ever more likely possibility, yes.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Brian, there's so much to talk about. I don't want to take all of your evening, but really appreciate
Julian, anytime. I we talk well to all our brothers and sisters who have suffered today or have had family members, or because as you know, you often find that diaspora communities that are from the Muslim faith have connections all over the world. So there's quite likely there are friends of ours who have friends or family that were possibly there today, so it's very sad, very sad.
Brian, thank you very much.